happy Monday. I'm so excited to be here again with you. It is a beautiful day today. Let me just pre-warn you. I do have some extra people here, and the kids are not napping today, so they could or could not interrupt us. We'll see. But today, I just wanted to hop on and pray that you're having an amazing day. I hope the sunshine is everything that you're needing. If you're in a place where there is no sunshine, I'll send it your way. But today I am talking all about self-love, because I don't know how long you've been following me, but that is what my health and fitness journey has been from the beginning to now, is really understanding and embracing my self-love, embracing who I am, and embracing the person that God created me to be. And I know for some people, my posts or things that I say or things that I do, you might be like, this girl, she's bananas. What is wrong with her? What's wrong with her? But that's okay, because my story could be unique, and you may not understand that, but I share every single day so that someone out there who does understand it feels like they're not alone, feels like they have someone that can relate to them. So, self-love. What is self-love? Self-love is genuinely just loving who you are. It's genuinely celebrating the person you are. Hey ladies, hi. Oh my goodness, so good to see you. It's celebrating the person you are. It's embracing who you are. It's being proud, celebrating that, and just truly being okay with your flaws, with your insecurities, learning to grow into that every single day and just totally embrace who you were made to be. And I know there's so many different levels of self-love, so I'm going to speak very broadly on this topic. It may not be directly for you. Maybe you totally understand everything that I'm saying. But I get all the time in my boot camps. If you don't know, I host monthly boot camps that focus on health and fitness. Yes, we do workouts. Yes, I teach you how to eat healthy. But most importantly, I want you to dig into the personal development. I want you to dig into understanding who you are, really embracing that, and going from there. I want you to lean into who you are, understanding your shit, the things that you've been through in life, and how it's created you to be this person you are today. So I share that because so many times I get women in my groups who do not take my tips on the personal development. And it's fine. I understand it. I totally get it, because a lot of people look at personal development or those kinds of things as that they're broken. They take that as, well, I only listen to that if there's something wrong with me. I'm only doing that because there's something wrong with me. Hold on. We've got some creepers on here. Anyways, I'll just ignore them from now. But they don't do personal development because they think that means that something's wrong with them. That means that they're not good enough, or that they're admitting that there's something wrong with them. They're admitting that they're broken. They're admitting all these things. That's not true. I'm just going to get rid of comments real quick. So that's not necessarily self-love doesn't mean that you hate yourself. Of course, I know there are some people out there, because that was me when I started. I totally hated who I was. I hated the person that I had become. I hated all the things about me. I wasn't good enough. I told myself how terrible I was. I was the meanest person in the world to myself, literally. If there was a mean thing that you could say, I was saying it to me every single day. And for some people that may be very hard to understand, but you see, I want to please everyone else. I want to make sure that everyone else is happy. I want to make sure that if there's a problem, I can fix it, because that makes me feel like I am valuable. It makes me feel like I have something to offer, because so many other times I feel like I'm not enough. I feel like I don't deserve happiness, love, all these things, friends. I can go on and on and on, but you get my point. People won't want to admit that they need personal development, or they want to love themselves more, because, well, that just means you don't love yourself. You got to admit you got problems. That's not it. Loving yourself, if you are the one who's standing in the mirror saying, I hate that, oh, look at my fat rolls, oh, my arms are floppy, oh, my hair's dumb, blah, 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 all these mean things that you're saying to yourself, that's still a self-love issue. If you're constantly critiquing yourself, if you're constantly saying you suck, if you're constantly afraid of what someone else is going to say to you or say about you or feel about you, that's a self-love thing. Self-love simply is embracing who you are. Just because I used to hate myself doesn't mean that that's your same self-love story. But that doesn't mean you don't struggle with self-love. And I know that's really hard to like comprehend, but it's so true. If you're that person who sits and picks at yourself, tells yourself you're not good enough, not pretty enough, not successful enough, you don't make enough money, you're not a good enough mom, you're not a good enough, all these things, that's self-love. And what I teach, or I want to teach and encourage in other men and women every single day, is that they matter, that they deserve happiness, that self-love means accepting the person they are today as is, no questions asked. Not dependent on size, not dependent on gender. None of those things matter. What matters is that you can accept who you are. And I'm going to admit, like, I'm so much better where I am in my self-love journey, but I'm not done. And that's just that there's no end game to the self-love thing, because so many times you get to this point in your life where you want to grow personally, you want to grow into this better person every single day, but it takes work every single day. Because there's no end game. If you're living, you're still growing. You're either living or you're dying. You're growing or you're dying every single day. That just is what it is. And if you're not leaning into the personal growth, leaning into that personal development, you're sitting in your comfort zone. You're sitting saying, I'm good, I'm perfect, I'm fine, everything's fine. Well, guess what? If you're fine and comfortable and not doing anything, you're dying. If you want to love yourself, embrace yourself, do something for you, being okay with making you a priority, that's that personal growth. That's that self-growth. That's where you want to be so you can be a better person tomorrow, a better mom, a better wife, a better whatever. And I'm not saying that you're going to wake up as this changed person. That's not it. Because self-love and self-growth takes time. But what I'm saying is that you can take those however many years, for me 29 years of bullshit that I've been telling myself, and I can start to flip that script. Does it happen overnight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because there's still times when I have really bad days and all I can do is tell myself the mean things. And I'm that person who's, look how you failed this and look how you failed that and look at this and that and the other, and beat myself up. I can do that. And it's easy to get back in that mindset, that comfortable place, that place of I'm not good enough, because that's what I know. That's what I've grown up with for 29 years. However, self-love is learning to shut that voice out. Self-love is saying, yeah, I failed, I made a mistake, but that's okay. I'm learning from it. I'm growing from it. Self-love is looking in the mirror and saying, girl, you are beautiful, just as you are. Self-love is embracing the chaos and the insaneness and being okay with not being able to do everything. Self-love genuinely just means being okay with being okay. And I think that's what I wanted to really impress. Just because someone else is struggling with a different self-love journey, because theirs is more intense, or maybe it's not as intense, that doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on your self-love too. Just like anything, whether it's weight, whether it's finances, whether it's your home life, these are all growth levels and growth types. And as they say, like rising tides rise all ship. If you're focusing on yourself, if you're focusing on your health, your self-love, if you're focusing on the positivity, the high energy, the being a better person, you will see all these other things improve. As you put into yourself and you can really embrace who you are, your marriage will get better. Your patience will get better. You'll be a better mom. You will be a better employee. You will be better financially, because you won't be having to buy all these things just to satisfy that feeling of the instant gratification, because you're finally okay with who you are. You don't need all those shiny objects to keep up with the Joneses, because, well, who cares? I am who I am. I don't have to go buy things to prove myself. And that's just it. I need you to understand that needing to grow in your self-love isn't something to be ashamed of. It's okay. And I don't care how much you love yourself, there's still room to continue growing. And that's what I want to urge you, is I want to continue to urge you to keep growing. And I want to give you tangible things that you could do to really improve that. And that is every single day, starting with a morning routine. Do something where you're putting you first, whether that's getting up and going for a walk, or getting up and eating a nice healthy breakfast, or getting up and reading your devotional, getting up and doing your grateful journal. Whether that's having affirmations posted all over your house, whether that's evening reflections where you sit down and you think about the different things just to undump your brain, whether that's looking in the mirror and telling yourself how beautiful you are, whether that's planning a girls trip or just taking an hour a day for you. I want you and I encourage you to start learning to embrace who you are. And maybe you're like, I have no idea where to even start. Okay, start with the things that you don't like about you. Start with your struggles. Start with the things that have you feeling insecure, what you're trying to prove, what you want to accomplish, where your goals are. Write those all down. And then on the other side, see which are lies and see where you actually love yourself, the things that you're proud of, the things that you want to celebrate. 9 times out of 10, that dislike, I need to grow, I need to be better list is going to be way better, way bigger than this list of, okay, I love this about me, I love this about me. Because I want to ask you right now, can you name 10 things that you love about you? Right now, like literally. And I'm not just saying your body, I'm saying all things. 10 things that you love about you. And if you know them, or even if you have a few, comment them below. I want to be able to celebrate this with you. I want to be able to say, yeah, girl, you're a badass, because you are a badass and you are amazing. And I want you to realize that. And that's what I show up for every single day. For that woman who is struggling with self-love, no matter what level of struggle you have. That woman who really needs to be proud of herself and celebrate who she is. Maybe your story isn't as drastic as mine, where I was struggling with postpartum depression and I was struggling being a new mom with 2 babies. Like, maybe that's not your story. That's okay. That doesn't mean you don't have your own story. And that doesn't mean you don't have your own self-love struggles. But what I want you to understand is it's okay to struggle. You just have to be willing to grow from it. You have to be willing to say, like, yep, I have terrible body image issues. What are you going to do about it? Or you have to be able to say, yep, I buy things out of impulse to make me feel better. So what am I going to do about it? Yep, I have real struggles with relationships because this is how I feel. What am I going to do about it? And that's what I'm encouraging you today, is to really like look at those struggles and see what you can do to really change that old mindset, to change that voice in your head, so that you can look at the positive and you can embrace who you are. Maybe you were that girl who was told, you're too bossy, you're too mean, you just follow the rules. All those things, and it's created this voice or this label for you growing up your entire life that you take as a negative thing. Instead, look at it like, okay, what about those has made you the person you are today? Because I know that girl, that was me. And I know the kind of girl that the kind of woman it made her today. So, happy Monday. I'm going to talk to you guys later. I hope that this was very helpful for you. And if you're struggling with self-love, please reach out. I can recommend you some of my favorite personal development books and just cheer you on as you go on your own self-love journey.